But what I wanted to ask you is because there's so much to talk about, but I do want to capture some of the more prominent points in your career. So I wanted you to talk a little bit about the albums you did with Death and also Testament, because everybody watching this or listening to this is going to want to hear your stories about your time with Death and Testament. Where do you rank those records in your catalog as far as performance and memories and that sort of thing?
Well, I guess like starting with Death, I guess chronologically, I suppose, speaking of Death, that was Death was a very special point in my life or my career. One of the more important aspects of Death for me was the fact, like with Dark Angel, I was writing most of the material at the time, just big, gigantic, percentages of it. And I was becoming so much of a guitarist at the time that the drums were starting to take kind of a back seat to everything. So that's where, being a part of Death, I got to concentrate on being just the drummer. Chuck was in charge of the riffs and the lyrics and the majority of the press and handling the biz and taking care of the band. All the things that I was doing for Dark Angel, I didn't have to do anymore. So it's like, wow, all I have to do is just come up with cool drum parts to these fun riffs. I'm cool with that. This is great. So I really got to dive out of being, having to wear many hats to just wearing one and just be a drummer. And you get to apply some of your, last decade or so of playing. And now you can apply some of that towards what you're bringing to the table. Believe me, Chuck and I had many a conversation about Watchtower in those days. Chuck was a huge Watchtower fan. Jason, I know you go back with Chuck a little bit, and just having the sort of influences that we both had. Chuck and I were the same age. He's just a few months older than I am, and we had just tons of the same musical influences. We loved all the same kind of music, and even some of the more obscure types of musical. We had a lot of the some similarities involved there. So, and also one thing, having what's going on? Yeah, come on, do your thing. Laura's showing up. She's doing some stuff here at the studio. So
awesome.
Yeah.
Is it Jason?
Yeah, Jason.
Jason, my best.
Oh, she's sending you big hugs here.
Hey,
Absolutely.
awesome.
Oh, here you go. Take your sweet.
Sorry to jump in on the interview.
Hey.
Hey. Good. How are you doing, Jason?
Awesome.
Yay.
Yeah.
Hey, I'll let you guys back at it.
Do your
I'm going to
thing.
be in
Whatever
Rick's
you gotta
room.
do. Are you
I'll be in
sure?
Rick's. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, of course.
All
Good
right.
seeing you, Jason.
Good to see you, Laura.
All right. Can I trouble you to turn on the AC there,
Yeah.
sir? Thank you. Badass. That's cool. She's doing some work here today for one of her other bands, Newcomb, who was on the road there. So,
Oh, right.
she's with Dark Angel, she's with Newcomb, and there's a number. She's also going to be doing a few appearances with Dethklok on this run here. So
Fantastic.
that's a busy woman herself, I tell you.
That's great. Well, I think it's back to Death here in a second, but real quick, since Laura jumped in, I want to say, you guys have been partners for a long time now, and to have you guys be friends and be partners and musical partners pretty much from the get-go is super special. And I just wanted to say that you're so lucky that you have a fucking army, that you have. You have your. I'm not calling one a captain and a co-captain, but you know what I mean. You have. You've got.
He's the captain, and I'm the. Yeah, I fully admit it. Absolutely.
Anyway, I think that's really special, and
oh, thank you, brother.
Yeah, being able to share that and still get along is fucking amazing.
She has the patience of Job. Absolutely.
Amazing. Bless you both. Back to Death, please.
Right. Yeah. And, that's, but, one quick thing is we were brought together by Michelle Meldrum,
This is
our,
correct. Yeah.
that's one thing that we all kind of share here. All of us.
Wow. Yeah.
how
And if you
close
want
were with
to
Michelle as
talk,
well?
if you want to talk about this just for 2 seconds, it
Of
was,
course.
I believe Michelle maybe that had a Tape Traders mixtape that had Asylum on Watchtower
Yes.
song on it or something that Michelle had given to you. For those listening, Michelle was in War God with Gene, early thrash band from Southern California, War God. That I'll do it now. Gene, if you can see the Watchtower California license plate,
I see that. Yeah.
Greg Gunther gave me that. That was
You're kidding.
No, that was on Greg's car.
Oh, that's amazing. Look at that. Boy, that just goes back. That's amazing. I've been staring at that this whole time. Yeah,
I mean,
man.
holy moly. That's from Greg's car. The
That's
bass
right.
player War God. Well, and that's Michelle Meldrum. So you get this tape from Michelle. Who the fuck call Michelle? Who the fuck is this? What's this fucking song here? Blah, 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 blah. And that's what set you and I's pen pal engagement. So,
precisely. That is good memory, brother. And that's exactly how.
This is for Metal Dave. The first time I heard Disposable Heroes, an unreleased at the time Metallica track, was from a tape Gene licked a stamp and mailed to me because I begged you over the phone. I think I have to look at it. That's it. Oh my God. And you obliged. And I sent it right back. I think I dubbed it and sent it right back to you because it was your tape. It wasn't my tape to keep. And it was some live show and festival in Germany. They broke out Disposable fucking Heroes. And I was excited. I was excited for metal. I was excited for everyone that was happening.
Me too. Yeah, because that was the first song we all heard from Master of Puppets, and we're like, wait, go Metallica. Okay, you guys are bringing it. Still,
so that would have been that still would have been 85 that they were breaking out that song. Yeah,
that's right. Summer of 85.
Attempt to get back to death now.
Yeah, man.
I railed again.
No, it's all good. Well, that was and that was one again, like for myself, getting to concentrate on being a drummer and having like what Death was going through musically, what they their journey at the time their musical journey when I was joining them, they were starting to get into the more technical prog elements of metal, and that's where Watchtower was definitely coming into the conversations a lot more than say Possessed would have been 6-7 years earlier, kind of thing, Slayer kind of thing. And for me, and I've always said this, is having Sean Reinert's incredible performance on the Human album, which preceded Individual Thought Patterns, having that laid down as a template just opened up so many avenues for I guess my approach, because hear that, Chuck, you're open to this, you're open to a Rick Kolaluka style, and I fully I always have to take it one step beyond Sean and Sean's love of Rick Kolaluka, and all of our love of Watchtower. There would be no Cynic or no Death or anything like Death in the individual symbolic Sound of Perseverance kind of era without a Watchtower involvement in our musical listenings and our awakenings and explorations and things like that. So yeah, it was just a really good time, and getting to work with my future brothers, Steve DiGiorgio. That was our first time we worked together. We've been pals. When Dark Angel, we would always have Sadist open for us when we play the Bay Area.
Oh, cool.
And that's what Steve always, Steve's always like, we always appreciated that. We always knew we had a good gig when you guys would come to town, and so that was always really cool. Yeah. And then just getting to work together, we formed a brotherhood that remains to this day absolutely